All right, let's get into Klay Thompson. What is this discussion that you had with Mr. Clay, the Warriors' resident defender of all big men down low? How's Clay
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, he's scoffing at that, scoffing at. He even said, "I don't get in those Twitter arguments." I mean X, right? It's called X now. But yeah, he first of all, it's a contract season for Klay Thompson, right? I mean, theoretically, you mentioned like who Utah might go after. If he does hit free agency, he'd be, he's a Fred Van Vliet, Brooke Lopez type of like veteran name that I could see a team wanting to go after. But it's very clear right now from the Warrior side, really with the Poole for Paul trade was part of that was prioritizing Klay over Poole long term. And from Klay's side, and he made it clear, and my story will be up this week at some point. He was pretty candid about it, but he's not searching for like max or nothing, pay me my absolute most value if you want me to stay around. Uh, you know, I think he'll probably come back at a reasonable number, maybe even an extension before he gets into free agency. And a number like the Andrew Wiggins got, which is I think it's like 24, 25 million this year. Draymond Green came back at a little bit lower number. So it was a conversation about that, but also kind of this moment of his career coming off. He had a very strange year last season where he came in out of condition because he didn't. I don't know if you guys remember, he didn't scrimmage at all after the
Right.
title, and he said it was because of mental block. He had tore his Achilles in a scrimmage, and he just didn't want to play like unsupervised scrimmages, and because of that, he just wasn't ready for the start of the season and shot really poorly over the course of the first month and a half. It culminated. You guys will probably remember in Phoenix when they're getting killed. Devin Booker's killing him, and he gets ejected, first ejection of his career because it's like 4 rings. You remember him talking to
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix, but eventually he plays his way into shape, and he'll make the argument uh, that his season last year was underrated. He led the NBA and made threes last year, and 301 threes, I believe he made 41%. He's like, that's pretty valuable, right? You lead the NBA in threes and you hit 41% of them. January and February were the two best scoring months of his career. And then he had a bad playoffs. He had a horrible Lakers series. He's really pissed off about how that went. He was really fired up. You can remember Sam for that series, right? Hometown team. He never played the Lakers in the playoffs, and shot poorly the whole series. But I think it was 3 of 20 in the game 6 in Staples Center to end their season. And he just entered the offseason with a lot different mindset. He scrimmaged all summer. He mentions all the various places he went and scrimmaged. He played with Kevin Love for the first time. He said like 20 years because remember he grew up in Portland
Mm-hmm.
with Kevin
Right.
Love. But he's in like really good shape. All the coaches are mentioning this, and he just thinks he's ready for a big season, and he's pretty open about how pissed off he was about how last season ended. So I'm curious where it goes, especially because of the fact I mentioned contract season and where this franchise goes from here.